collective nouns, should I use the plural or the singular when it comes to conjugate the verb? Well, maybe I have different alternatives, or in some cases I don't have alternatives at all. Let's see them together. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel at Maiora. Today we're going to talk about English grammar, and I am going to answer very frequent asked question which concerns the so-called collective nouns. So those nouns that are grammatically singular, of course, because they are unit basically, but they describe more than one individual. And for this reason there are, well, sometimes it can create a few difficulties, because when it comes to actually conjugate the verb, the question is, should the verb be singular because they are singular, or should the verb be plural because they actually describe a multitude of individuals? Well, the answer is that most of the times we can decide one or the other, and they're both correct, but they mean two slightly different things. Let's see an example with the word family, which is of course a group of individuals. I can say the family is arriving, and that's perfectly fine, but I can also say the family are arriving. That's also fine. That's not a mistake, absolutely. I was talking with a friend, an Italian friend, okay, like me, that follows an American TV show, and they use a motto which is family don't end with blood. And this friend of mine came to me and asked, but is it slang? Is it a dialect? Is it a mistake? Should it be family doesn't end with blood? Well, the answer is that the plural there is absolutely correct. I use the singular or the plural depending on the fact that I'm emphasizing the group, okay, so the single entity, or the individuals, okay, so the number, the multitude of individuals, and both of them are absolutely correct. Now, it is also true that usually, but this is a very, I mean, it's not a rule, a strict rule, and it's not always true, okay, it is most common, let's say so, to find the singular in American English, while on the other side it's more common to find a plural in British English. But it's not 100%, I mean, a rule that we find in 100% of the cases. In fact, example I've just made was taken from an American TV show, and they use the plural. So it's not a rule that is absolutely strict and it has to be that way. We can say that today American English is a bit more common rather than British English, and for this reason we tend to find the singular verb more often. But even that's not absolutely a rule, just a trend, we can say so, okay? So the only important thing, or the most important thing, is what is written here in red. So the decision, okay, to pick the singular or the plural, the verb, depends whether you are emphasizing the group, a single entity, or the individual, the individuals. Of course, there are a lot of collective nouns, there are really a lot of them. I've just made a few examples here, so you can maybe remember a few of them, like for example, a team. A team is obviously a group of players, an audience, staff, or crew as well, or a management board, maybe at work, or a committee. And pay attention to the spelling here, which is not so easy. Double M, double T, and double E. And again, company, company is or are, group, okay, the word group itself. And then again, class, or jury, or tribe, or enemy, or army, or again, the couple, because the couple is kind of a group made of two people. Now, in all these cases and so many others, we can pick either one or the other, either the singular or the plural. It's either way correct. But there are some exceptions. three exceptions, to be clear, and in this case I don't have the possibility to choose between one or the other. There is only one solution that is correct. Those three words are, the first one is police. This is a super common mistake. I'm talking to I'm Italian people write it wrong or say it wrong all the time because in Italian it's singular. Well, I don't know, just tell me how it is in your own language. But police in English is always plural. There is no other option, okay? The police is a group, okay, of policemen, and for this reason it is always plural. Police are, police come, police go, police do this and that, okay? There is no other option. Then the second one, well, that's probably that's a bit more common, and people know that usually. People is obviously a group of persons, of individuals, and we can say that it is plural. People are, people go, people decide, people speak. It is always plural, but that's the exception of the exception here. It may be singular if it means population. When we are talking about, I don't know, historical facts or something, and we talk about population that, I don't know, moved or something, we can say that that population moved or moves. Well, that people moves. But that's a very specific case, okay, and that's only when I mean population. But when I mean people in general, okay, that's always plural, as it is in German, Leute. Again, tell me how it is in your language. And again, another particular noun, which is number. Number is a bit strange because we have two different rules according to what is before the word number. If you have the article a, okay, a number of students, in this case, a number of kids, a number of whatever you want. In this case, the verb is always plural. A number of students wear, or a number of students speak, a number of students are, a number of students come. This is always plural. But on the other hand, if you have the article the before number, the number of students, then it changes completely and the verb has to be singular. The number of students was, the number of students comes or speaks or whatever you want. So pay attention what is before the word number. Again, I move away from the whiteboard as I usually do, just to give you a short summary. So collective nouns are nouns that are singular, okay, if we talk about grammar, but they describe more than one individual. For this reason, we can most of the times choose between the singular and plural as far as the verb is concerned. While it is often true that the singular is often used in American English and the plural in British English, but it's also true that mostly it depends on what you want to emphasize, okay? Whether you want to emphasize the group as a single entity, then you use the singular, or the individuals and the multitude of the individuals, then in that case you use the plural. These are a few other collective nouns to remember, but of course there are so many more. Remember that police, people, and number are exceptions. Police and people are always plural, well, with the exception people when it means population, then in that case it can be also singular, but mostly they're plural. And pay attention to the word number. When there is a, so the article before number, then you have a plural. And when you have the in front of number, then you have a singular, a verb singular. So yeah, that's all. I hope it was clear enough, and I hope it has answered a few questions or cleared a few doubts. And today, please let me just say one last thing. I want to say thank you to all of you who have decided to support my channel and my activity. Even the smallest donation is a great and important thing that helps me with my activity. You know that everything I do is for free, so even the tiniest donation is a huge help. So thank you so very much. And it's so nice and such a nice gratification for me. It's like receiving a hug with a thank you. So that's so important, and I'm really grateful to each one of you who decided to support the channel, even with the tiniest donation. And it's very easy to donate. You can just use PayPal. There's a button here here below under this video or any video with the heart. You click on that and you can do it. Or there is a PayPal button on the home page of the channel, and you can use that. Or you can just use the address, the email address that you usually use when you want to write me, which is @Maiora, the name of the channel, of course, tutor, written all together, at gmail.com. Of course, you find it here below in the description too. So thank you so very much to all of you who decided to help me, to help this activity, to help this channel, and I hope I can help you. So thank you so much, and as usually, see you very soon again, and take care.